Hasn't started yet. I can't tell if it's recording. Yeah.
Hi, FlossTube.
Hi, FlossTube.
It's Karen with KB Studio Creations.
And Jason with Karen. This is weird. I don't know. I feel like I need something different. That's been my shtick, but I don't know.
Figure out something else then.
Yeah.
So welcome back. Thank you for watching. We appreciate all of your interest in us, I guess.
And support,
yes,
and comments and stuffs.
So it's been 3 weeks, so we have a good amount to show. So I guess we'll get started. So
is this the first thing?
Yep. So I've been using longer orts to make these patchworky silhouettes. They're over there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if this shows, right?
I mean, I would try not to.
Okay.
Because it is a pattern. But this is
because that's what I've been trying to figure out how to do. This
is from CrossStitch and Country Crafts, September, October, 1987. So it's all these different animals. And I've already done the goat and the cow, and now I'm working on the pig. So
the goat and the cow, and there's the pig she's working on.
So they look funny, but they're fun to do. So
well, the goat and the cow look good because they're splotchy. And I told Karen, like, this one's turning into more like ribbons.
Yeah, because I'm just doing it across rather than in splotches this time.
And I was like, hey, it's kind of like bacon. You're turning the pig into bacon, and I think it's hilarious. But this is just being used with orts, right?
Yep, just longer orts that I save.
Is that supposed to be just?
Yep, that's supposed to be like that. It's the snout coming out.
That's weird.
Snout comes out further. It'll look better once I have it fully done. But I usually just work on this. I have it in my to-go bag, and I work on it, when I'm at my family's house for dinner on Sundays. So just something fun to do. Doesn't take too much thought. And yeah. Anything else? Oh, and that's on, I don't think I said, it's on 18 count off-white Ada.
Where's the pattern?
It's in there somewhere. I made a working copy, so I don't know where it is. These country crafts things, like the patterns aren't always next to the pictures, which is...
Yeah, that was really weird because I'm like turning all around looking for the pattern, and the pattern's nowhere near it.
It's in there somewhere.
Well, of course, hopefully it's in here somewhere. Otherwise, we're missing a page. Here it is. That's weird.
So it looks weird right now, but it'll look better. And I was running out of pink orts, which is kind of why I did those darker ones. But I found some more because I have ones that I have in my to-go bag that I've collected, and then I have one by my stitching spot where I just put my new ones. So that had some pinks, so that makes me feel better because I was gonna have to start going into reds or something because I was running out of pinks. But
yeah.
Are you gonna show the? Okay.
Yeah.
So this next one is another new start. It's Silent Night, the Caroling Berries Squared. So the bottom one, the square one. And I was working on Christmas presents, and I was getting frustrated, and so I...
Is this a finish?
I'm not sure.
So, okay, well, we'll wait. We'll show them both. So you said the square first, so we're going to start with the square.
Because this was a new start, and this is on, and it's by Erica Michaels, and it's on a 40 count mystery linen, and I'm doing 1/2 in a silk I got from a kit. So just fun. Yeah, it's gonna be small.
It took me a second because I had to figure out which corner it was, but that's it. There you go.
So I made some progress on that, and then I started that after I had finished stitching on Silent Night, the berry part, once again by
just this part.
Erica Michaels, and that one is on 32 count antique white linen 2/2, and that's color and cotton bean cherry, and then some Mill Hill beads. So I've never done a strawberry before, and on the pattern it has like a line around it. So I don't know if I need to stitch that or not. So I was gonna watch some tutorials. So I don't know if it's a finish or if it's still a whip.
I don't think that you stitched the line.
Because when I first started doing Biscornus, I didn't think to stitch the line, and then I watched tutorials and I was like, oh, actually I need to stitch that line. So I don't know if I need to stitch the line or not for this.
I don't think you do because...
I don't know. I read through the instructions and I was confused by the instructions. So
well, if I'm looking at
tutorials.
If I'm looking at the berries right, excuse me. This happens every time I sit down. I don't know what it is. But if I'm looking at the berries right, I don't see any lines, so I don't see why you would have a line. But, I mean, I could be wrong. I've never done a berry. I just got into cross-stitching like 2-3 years ago. I don't know. 4,
You started,
5, 8.
Well, you really started, I mean, you did it a little bit when we first got married, just a couple small things. One that's not even finished yet.
Is that the pirate thing?
Oh, that one. No, that one was a couple years ago. Back before that, you had started a Christmas ornament for your mom that you never finished. Maybe you could. That's what you could give her this year for Christmas. Finish that Christmas ornament.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's okay. It's.
You'll have to show
somewhere.
me. We'll have to find it, I guess.
Anyways, but then 2 years ago when we went on our trip out west and went to all the stitching stores.
That's when I got into it.
Yeah.
Okay. I can
Anyways,
see that.
So I don't know if that silent berry is finished or not, but I'll watch
needs
tutorials,
the
or if
light,
you know, let me know, and I'll figure out how to FFO it somehow.
We have lots of things we could ask you to put in the comments. Oh, this is the silent berry.
Yeah, that's
silent
just
berry.
the project bag.
So I'll put this back in the project bag.
So next to my pile are some whips. So
Oh, this is coming along.
this is my black cat sitting on jack-o'-lanterns, and I'm continuing to make progress with backstitching.
Most notably here and here.
Those aren't completely done, but they're
I'm saying that's where it's most notable on the
they-
back stitching.
yeah. So I'm just putting in 3 strands each week on
And you finished all the
Wednesday.
pumpkins, right?
Yeah. Well, I haven't done the backstitching around the black parts. I've done the brown, the lines on it.
Okay.
Which not a part of me is like, now, like, I designed this a few years ago. It's like, why did I put backstitching around those? It looks fine without them. But because I'm going to use this as a model still, I will put the backstitching in. I'm doing less and less backstitching in my patterns and in my stitching in general. At first I was like, oh, I love backstitching. But now more and more I'm like, I'm kind of jumping on the no backstitching bandwagon. Or not no, but minimal backstitching bandwagon.
Should do back stitching for specific purposes.
Oh, and the Black Hats is on 14 count cobweb Ada from Stitched Modern. So Cinnamon Stars, that's my focus piece right now. And it's by Plum Street Samplers. And I'm stitching it on 20 count even weave mushroom 2/2, and I'm using the colorful colors.
Here, let me do it this way.
So yeah, I've made some good progress on it, and I'm enjoying it. At first, when I started doing these walls, I was like, this is a pain. But once I started getting the wall finished and I could see it, I was really happy with it.
Well,
So,
also, once you had the wall like this part finished, filling in the rocks
stones.
made you happy because the stones were just really easy to just fill in.
right.
So.
And then I did want to show you the needle minder just because I realized. So I made this needle minder. It's just a picture of one of those black cats from my other piece. So it's a fun needle minder to have. But yeah, so I'm making progress and I'm enjoying it. I love that the house now is just going to be fill-in. So that when I'm tired or one of my friends shared with me a Korean drama that I've watched a little bit of, and I'm going to keep watching. It's like 16 episodes. It's called Crash Landing Into You. And it's kind of crazy. I mean, I don't know. It's fun to watch, even though everything is like off the wall crazy that's happening. But it does have subtitles, so I might stitch the house while I finish watching that.
Mm-hmm. One thing I like about this is how you have it stitched right now. Is this looks kind of like it may be a sun.
Yeah.
So, but that's just because you stopped right in the middle of it. So yeah.
I'm having fun with that piece, and I will keep working on it till I get tired, I guess. So I did one day once again this month on Cinderella Slipper by Susan Penny from Estuary Magazine, October 2018.
Oh.
And it's on 28 count Opalescent fabric that I hand dyed.
Sorry.
So I made some more progress on it. I was mostly working here on the prints. I thought about doing a second day, but then I got distracted with other things. So I'll just set it aside again until next month and do another day. So it might take a long time to get this finished, doing it only a day or two at a time. But I can't have it as a focus piece for a long period of time because just stitching all in black gets boring, and then I just don't want to pick it up.
Well, I mean, maybe once you finish your black cats for Witchy Wednesday,
maybe
since you're doing I lost your place.
That's okay.
Okay.
No, you didn't. It's still there.
Oh, okay. But yeah, maybe once you finish your black cats for Witchy Wednesday,
Maybe
you can do that one because I mean it's black thread, so you can
just work on it every Wednesday.
Yeah.
That might be a good idea.
So the next one is.
So this is what's it called? Bunny Lace Trio by Stephanie Webb. Lindy Stitches, and so I finished this bunny one, and so it's on just some light yellow Aida, and I think it turned out really well. I like it. I'm not sure when I'm going to start the next one, but I picked up fabric for the other two.
What was it like stitching the fuzzy thread?
The whisper thread. It wasn't too bad, and
it creates a really interesting effect, but at the same time, I hate how there's all these wisps just like poking really far out. Well, I mean, so for those who haven't worked with it, those who have, you may understand this. I don't know if I can get this angle just right. So you can't really tell. Maybe you can. This is a little fuzzier, which I like that look. But if I turn it on its side, maybe put it up against my like non-existent hair. There's like super, super long threads. There's no need for all that. There's got to be a way that you can create like this fuzzy look without having those super long threads. Because the fuzzy look is really cool.
Maybe I did it wrong. I didn't really do any tutorials. I just knew you like kind of fuzzed it up. So that's what I did.
It looks great though. I just hate the super long threads, but it looks great.
You could probably just trim those.
Yeah, I know.
And then Jason did some stitching.
I did. I actually stitched this week. Quite a bit, I think. These 3 weeks. I didn't do a lot this week. But anyway, it is Tribal Dragon by Jamie Lawson from White Willow Stitching. And it's stitched on 14 count hand-dyed Aida. And this is a Christmas present for my dad, who scared me recently and said something about watching these videos. So, Dad, go away. Go away. You
if
away?
Watching.
Are you away? You need to go away. But anyway, this is where I'm at with it. I finished. So, I don't know if I hadn't finished this part.
I don't think you've done any of the dark.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about the light blue.
Oh.
So I did a few more stitching so then I could finish
the page.
No, not the page.
Oh, the page.
I haven't finished the page on this one.
Oh, really?
Or no, I have finished the page on this one. But this is a lot on the second page. But anyway, so I finished the thread. The collection of thread. I don't know what it's called.
Did you finish the full skein?
The full skein. Skein, yeah. I finished the skein of this. And then I got tired of just working on this. I wanted to see it with the dark blue to see if the dark blue was a good color choice. And so I went ahead and stitched one skein of the dark blue, which turned out to be literally just almost one page, because this is where the page ends. But anyway, so I lucked out on that one, but I'm thinking it's looking pretty good. I've got a lot more to do on this one, and so...
Are you going to tell about the nostril?
Huh?
Are you going to tell about the nostril?
Oh, yeah. So, in the pattern, this is filled in. This nostril isn't there. But as I was stitching, I knew I would run out of thread before I finished the face. Before I finished the nose area. So anyway, when I was stitching it, I sort of stitched it on purpose so I would have at least the outline so I could go back. But whenever I finished it, I figured that I could finish it to where it looks exactly like a pretty good nostril. And so I'm just going to leave the nostril there, even though it's not in the pattern, because I don't want to go back and stitch 6 stitches.
Plus it looks good.
Especially whenever it looks fine. Like, that looks fine. It looks like it's part of the pattern, so... Yeah. That was a nice little, like, oh, cool, that happened. So.
And then I did another page in my stitching journal.
Okay.
So this is Just Stitch by Works by ABC. And it was a Be Well and Stitch freebie. And I did it on 14 count hand-dyed Aida with some collar and cotton threads. And this I did as a sal with Raw Iron Stitcher, So Tiny Axes, and Crafty Colioli on Instagram. So now it's fully finished. So it was fun to get another page in my CrossStitch journal done. And then I also, I did the Biscornu swap and my person has received it. So we will insert a video that we recorded.
Insert video here. Boop. What button do I push? Oh, stop. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the Biscornu swap. I will have a link to the Biscornu. And so I...
to the Biscornu swap page?
Yeah, the Facebook group. So I took from Just CrossStitch 2020, April 2020. I used, the theme was vintage, and I was like, I don't know what to do for vintage, but this seems vintagey to me. The colors especially.
It looks vintage.
So I didn't, Jason had a brilliant suggestion, and I didn't do the center part because I was getting overwhelmed.
Plus, I mean, if you did the center, it would cover up, like, because you always like to indent yours.
Yeah.
So covering up the center, I feel, would have made it squonky and wouldn't have looked as good.
So I stitched all the outside parts, and then I took one of the motifs from the center part that I didn't stitch and stitched that in the corners. So this is just on some 18 count, like off-white cream colored Ada ivory. I don't know exactly what color it was called, but it's kind of an off-white sort of color. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. Okay,
I'm not tripping as much. I'm good. I'm good. I was looking in there and I was like, there's a dot here. I don't see a dot. And I'm good. But it looks really pretty.
It looks good. It was kind of a pain to stitch because it's like there's lots of different oranges, but then they wouldn't be close to each other. They'd be like here and then over here and then over here. So it was just like skipping around. So.
But it looks good in the end.
And then
we used a bead charm.
Yeah, a bead charm for the center. That was Jason's idea, and then just a plain
white button.
Yep. So, yeah, that's the Biscornu swap, and I will get that mailed out, and I will put this in the next video.
Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Cut. Return to video here.
So.
I'm weird today. It's been a long week.
With my design and shop, I've been doing some designing and some model stitching.
She's designing something for me, and I'm so excited for it.
It might take me a while to get it designed, but that's okay.
Oh, the start on it is so cool. I love it.
It'll be a while before he's ready to stitch it anyway, so it's okay. I've got time.
Because we all know how fast I stitch.
But I did get some haul. So I got my next issue of Just CrossStitch, and it's got some cute things in it. Do you want to show the back page where it's got some of the projects?
So we love this and 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 this. No. There's a lot of cute things in here. This, I'm like, oh, that's a cute idea. But that's just like the whole thing is stitched. And that's just a ton of stitching. I'm like, just buy orange plastic stuff and just stitch the yellow on it. Anyway. But there's a lot of cute ones in here.
I especially like the owl ones.
There's like 2 or 3 owls. There's that one.
This is one I like even better.
The bees?
No,
the bookmark. So there's a bookmark here that she loves. And then there are other things that we love too. The tree was an okay one. That owl was creepy. But yeah, there's quite a few things in here that are cute.
So I was waiting for it. I was like, I feel like I've seen other people get theirs and I haven't gotten mine. But it came. So I was really happy about that.
Something interesting that I thought of this week that everybody else has thought of, I'm sure. Taking just a portion of the stitch. Because like, there's this one here, number 50. It has Halloween and this spooky tablecloth and then this really beautiful fall bouquet. I think stitching just the fall bouquet would look good. The rest of it I don't think looks good with it. I don't mean any offense to the designer. Everybody has their different opinions and different aesthetics. My aesthetic just doesn't have the creepiness tied to that really bright gold look. But it looks really, like, the pattern overall is really, really lovely. I love the bouquet. And I just realized, oh, you don't have to stitch the whole pattern. Yeah. You could just stitch a part of it that you like.
Have you not seen me do that over and over again?
Oh yeah, I've seen you do that tons. But I'm not oblivious that I was like, I could see myself stitching just a part of that. And then that's when it clicked for me because I'm that much of a dunce. But yeah, anyway, super cute. I love this, like, the cover piece. The cat is weird to me, but all the rest of it, super, super beautiful. I love the, like, leaves and on the tree, because you don't get a lot of leaves on trees for Halloween stuff.
Mhm.
It's all like creepy dead tree. No, when Halloween comes around, there's always leaves on the tree. It's not till like way in November that the leaves fall off. So I love it. Anyway, sorry, rant over.
I also ordered some floss. I was trying to find for cinnamon stars. I hadn't been able to find walnut. I've looked multiple places. So I did a Google search and I was able to find that everything CrossStitch had it. And I also had a coupon code for them. So I bought some floss.
So isn't this for cinnamon stars too?
This is for cinnamon stars.
Okay.
Those are for a model stitch.
This is for a model stitch. Oh, what are these though? Moonlit Path and Daisy. Moonlit Path and Daisy. And then we got some more thread for the
dragon.
The tribal dragon that I'm doing for my dad, because I don't think I have enough thread for it.
So I'm glad to get these. Because of COVID and everything, they have a thing where you order everything and then if they don't have it, they just take it off your order, which I knew was possible, but I saw other floss saying out of stock. So I was hoping that I would be able to get all the ones I ordered. I got about half of what I ordered. And all the other ones were for patterns. So I've since placed an order with CrossStitchSupplies.com for those ones as well. Some other floss I needed for other patterns and some fabric and yeah.
And we completely understand during COVID, like we understand it's hard to get your suppliers and it's hard to get in touch with everybody and to get everything you need.
I understand, but it's still frustrating.
It's annoying and an inconvenience, but we understand and we're not like ragging on these stores.
Right. I'm not upset with it per se. It's just
we understand.
I'm gonna stick with my usual stores instead of using them in the future, which is fine. I got some floss and I got the one I needed that I couldn't find elsewhere because everyone
which is really good.
Seemed to be out of it. So I was really glad that one wasn't canceled. If that one had been canceled, I would have been super disappointed. But it wasn't, so I'm happy.
So now all of this.
Yep. So Jason's mom sent us a package.
And I'll let you talk about it because it's my mom.
Okay. One, she made a bunch of masks for Jason so he could have, because he needed 3-ply ones for work.
And they're really good. I love them. They fit my face fine and it makes it. I don't think so. I think I took them all elsewhere and I need to put them in the wash today.
Oh yeah.
But they're really good because they have a nice metal piece that conforms to my nose. And there's enough of them that I can use one every day of the week. So then I don't have to come home and wash it every day. And also it makes a good spot for my glasses to hit on. So then they don't fog up at work. So I love them. Thank you, Mom, if you ever watch this.
And then she also sent us a bunch of old CrossStitch stuff that she won't use. So some of this.
So this is just back stitching. This pattern.
Basically, yeah.
It's on like just your normal off-white Ada cloth, and then it's got some browns to do the back stitching in, but it's just a back stitch work.
And so
I might do this one because
really?
this one, yeah, because it looks super simple, and it'd be a good way for me to practice back stitching.
So some of these I'm like, I don't think I'll ever do them, so they might end up in giveaways later on. But
this comes with the charms. I don't think we'd ever do this one. But it comes with the charms. It comes with, I think it comes with everything. It looks like it comes with everything. So, yeah. Everything but the needle is what it looks like.
So, that's one that'll probably be a giveaway at some point.
There's no good way to show this. So, it looks like this pattern just kind of fell out of the kit. And so, this is what it is.
Maybe it was started or something.
I don't think it was started.
I don't know.
But because all the thread is here still. Mm-hmm. But it comes with a hoop. It comes with the thread and the.
It's a kind of cool looking hoop.
Yeah.
Although it's very plasticky, so it looks cool, but it's not actually cool.
It's not a finishing hoop at all.
Oh, it's just a.
It's a working hoop because the pattern does not fit that hoop. It would be, and then she sent some hoops. A lot of fabric. Like, lots of fabric.
So I saw it and I was like, you know what? I want to do some more dyeing of the fabric. This is great. Just like old fabric to,
play dye with.
Hi.
This really creepy fairy. Some people might like it, but I think it's the combination of the red hair, the fiery looking tips of the wings, and then the long hands and long nails just makes it look kind of creepy to me. But other people might really like it. They might like this style. It's by X's and O's. Original CrossStitch Designs. I think it's meant like the pun is supposed to be X's like cross stitches, So X's and O's. There is a flower fairy. This is more of an embroidery. It's printed on the fabric, and then there's floss where you just do some back stitching basically and make an embroidery thing.
Pop.
More fabric. Let me get to the remainder of the... Because, I mean, the fabric's nice, but like she said, it's all old fabric.
Yeah.
So I'm pulling out all the patterns.
More. Where did I put that? I was putting the fabric. Fabric. You see why I want to dye it? Like, I love dyeing.
Fabric.
I don't feel bad dyeing it. So.
And more fabric.
And some of this is linen, but it's like super rough. So
Yeah, it's a
I might
lot.
try dyeing it.
And sorry for like the as we throw some of this back in the box. You want to throw the patterns back in that I've shown already?
Okay.
And then we'll just show the remainder of these. Okay. So some of these are books. Most of them are kits. Because like this again printed on, and then you just... It looks like it's cross-stitched with wool, or no, it's an embroidery thing. It's embroidered with wool.
Oh yeah, it's very thick.
This is a book of precious moments, really small ones that blankets and ornaments are the things that they offer to be used for. Another baby cross-stitch thing for a birth.
I'm gonna look through this precious moments things while he's holding it.
Pray Without Ceasing. This one is a kit, and this one is a cross-stitch kit, so comes with all the materials needed. A random page that has a cross-stitch printed on it, but it doesn't look like it's the whole cross-stitch, so I'm not going to show it because it's got the actual pattern. This book called Owls that has a whole bunch of owl cross-stitches on it. And this one was started on this piece of cloth that's in here. So, a peacock cross-stitch pattern with kit thing. It has everything in it, yeah. And then a bag of stuff. I haven't gone through it and I don't know what all it is, but it's just a bunch of stuff. It looks like a few kits that have been
and it has like
put
one
together.
That's finished. So
Yeah.
cute.
So that all came from my mom. She used to be big into cross-stitch and embroidery and things like that. She has an embroidery machine now, and she just does a lot of sewing. So all the handcrafts, since we're younger and don't have arthritis, she sends them to us so we can do stuff with it. Was that everything from Haul
Yeah.
that you wanted to talk about? Okay.
And talking about giveaways, no one entered the giveaway from last time, so no winner.
Oh, what? No one entered at all? Oh, that's depressing. Tell your friends when we have, like, be like, hey, so-and-so, there's a giveaway on this channel. I saw this pattern. I thought of you. Go watch it. Enter.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't have a big subscription base, so I realize that sometimes no one's interested in the patterns, so that's okay.
Fair enough.
So, with life, do you want to show yours?
No, you have yours written down.
So, this is for my work, but Estuary Magazine, I've been doing for my work. This is the 3rd issue, and I had fun laying it out. That's Roger Tory Peterson. I didn't know who he was, but now I do because he apparently...
He's the one that did this, right?
No. He's the bird guy. He, like...
Dedicated to the memory of Roger Tory Peterson.
Yeah, but that's not the article about him.
Oh, no.
He, like, drew, like, lots of pictures of birds and, like, did field guides, which I think one of my brothers had because he had this book. We just called it the Bird Book, but I'm pretty sure it was one of those because my oldest brother loves birds and watching birds.
This is a pretty spread.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the creative director is also a photographer, and he did those photos, and it was a beautiful photo essay.
Yeah.
There you found the article.
Oh.
There you go. So I had a lot of fun laying this out, and we're getting geared up in a couple of weeks to start on the next issue. But I just had fun with that, so I like to show it. It makes me happy.
Yep.
It's a fun project for work.
As for me, school is back in session. I work at a university. We do have our students back on campus. We are doing really, really well, I think. We have a very active plan, a very solid plan for the students to be back and to be safe. And a lot of the students are actually following suit with it. It's really nice. We've only had, across all of campus, I have heard that there's basically like 5 students that are actively like, no, I'm not wearing a mask. No, I'm not following the guidelines. Yes, I paid and I signed an agreement that I would do what you say, but I'm not going to do it. You know, those kind of students that are like, I'm just going to do what I want to do. So hopefully they will come around. But for the vast majority of the student population are wearing masks, staying socially distant, keeping clean, and trying to stay healthy. So that's really good. So if you're someone who's like, no, don't go back to school, it's dangerous, we have a lot of things in place that we've been doing. And with my job, I've done a lot of physical labor, making sure everything is 6 feet apart and sanitized. And we've trained our student workers. I've helped with that. I'm not head over that, but I've helped with that. So there's just a lot of things that we've been doing at my work that have made me tired, which is why I probably would have gotten more done this week on the tribal dragon cross stitch. Because like last week, I was just going at it. I was having fun. Like so much fun cross stitching again. But this week I've just been so tired. Mm-hmm. Plus the other thing is, some of you may know what this is. This is a seat. I got 4 chairs for free because the chair I'm sitting on is about to break. I have broken one of our dining room chairs. They are mismatched set. But
they were bought used.
They were bought used, and I think I'm paying as much money on these chairs as we paid for those. More?
You're paying much more. We got 2 of them for $5, and the other 2 we got for free.
Oh, never mind.
You're paying a lot more.
These 4 chairs we got for free, but I'm reupholstering them because they looked really bad, and the padding had faded. Basically, it had been pressed to nothingness. So I was pulling them off, found that it was 1 layer of fabric on top of another. So I had 2 layers of fabric to take off, and then the padding hadn't been stapled down, thankfully. I didn't have to take those out. But the first layer was like super stapled. But anyway, the first seat gave me a lot of problems. The last 3, I got into a groove or something, and they just came out. It was beautiful. I loved it. So I've got all of it taken out. I've got all the materials. I'm hoping to get it done today. I just need to get a knife to cut the foam. But that's a life update as well, is I'm learning to reupholster things, and I'm super excited. The other thing is, for me, I have a friend. Well, we have a friend. There's another couple in the nearby town. He works at a brewery, and she works as a professor. And he loves mixing drinks. He just really does. Karen and I don't drink, but he introduced me to this thing called butterfly pea flowers. Apparently, like, this is used for teas, to give it like an earthy tone. But it's really cool because it dyes the liquid a deep indigo purple color. But whenever you add in like a shot of citrus, so like lemon, it changes that deep color to a light lavender, and it looks really cool. So we talked about like how to make simple syrup and how to mix them into drinks and non-alcoholic drinks, which are called shrubs. I found out. So you have your mocktails, which are cocktails that don't have alcohol in them, but then shrubs are drinks that you make that they're not supposed to have alcohol. So he showed me a shrub book. I'm thinking about getting it. I probably won't for a while because I want to try just getting into it slowly. But anyway, he showed me these. I made like little lemonades with it. There was simple syrup, this butterfly pea blossom that was steeped in some club soda that I poured on top of it. Excuse me. And then you present the drink that way, and then you give like an ounce of lemon juice to pour in, and you stir it. And
it's so cool. It really is so cool.
So anyway, we bought some butterfly pea blossoms from this place called Plum Deluxe. I think it's in Oregon. Excuse me. I think that's where it's from.
That doesn't say on their card.
But so I bought 2 packs of this so then I could make some stuff. And they sent me this magic butterfly herbal tea, like just a little tea sampler using the pea blossoms. It has apple pieces, rose hips, hibiscus, butterfly pea flowers, blackberry leaves, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, orange peel, Melissa leaves, lemongrass, lemon peel, blue cornflower, vanilla essence, love and gratitude. No caffeine. And it has directions on how to make the tea. But I love it because, one, I knew I was getting it from a tea company. I didn't know that they would send me a tea to try. But it makes me really happy because we don't drink black or green tea either. And the tea that they sent doesn't have black or green tea in it. So I can actually try this. So it makes me happy. I really love herbal teas. But anyway, it was really cool. It felt very much like when I opened the package, I felt like how Karen... Oh, yeah. I thought we were out of time on my thing. But I felt very much like Karen because when she buys her threads, they often do a little extra thread. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's extra thread. Or extra stuff. Yeah.
So thank you for watching. And
My camera, my phone is almost full. So we have to cut it short maybe.
all right. Happy
See you next
stitching.
time. Happy stitching.